Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blizzard Breakdown Week 7 edition. Today, I am joined by manager and production member Platinum Bow.
My ideas are probably way far off from everyone else's.
Probably a little. Manager of Blueprint, Astra.
Swag.
And player for Kawaii Girls, Painless.
Hello.
How you guys all doing?
Pretty good.
I'm fine.
Honestly, I forgot it was Halloween today. So,
Pretty
pretty good, pretty
November.
Yeah, I might have a few people knocking on my door as we go today.
I see.
Tomorrow's November, guys.
There's
Watch
a
out.
chance you might hear screaming from outside my window.
That's concerning.
Nice.
I mean, maybe
If
they
I
just
randomly
vibing.
mute in the middle of a sentence. Yeah.
You know,
So yeah, I thought this game.
Alright then. So
Shall we?
let's just jump into it. Obviously, take a quick look at Control and Escort, and you may see that there is a new team among us, as something very unfortunate happened.
Reverse kind of died.
Reverse, please use reverse Uno card, please.
Please.
Alright. Jokes aside,
No,
let's just
no.
jump into the matches. Pachimari Rangers versus Galactic Garbage. Galactic Garbage come out with a win 2-1. Tanic MVP. And, I mean, Oasis 2-0. Pretty one-sided, but the rest of the matches all went 3-3 or more. So,
I mean, I know in Volskaya's second point they were running Ryan Ball. So,
accurate.
don't know how to feel about that.
Maybe
They just
some
vibing.
unique strategies coming out. Maybe it's finally time we get to see something other than Double Shield. No? Okay. Anything else anyone wants to say?
I mean,
Mm.
GG.
Accurate statement, Galactic Garbage.
Yeah, Galactic Garbage.
That was a funny one.
I mean, it's probably just a GG go next moment for Pachimari Rangers. Just like improve, get ready for like the rematch in playoffs if Peruvian is one.
Yeah, which to be fair,
Yeah.
Pachimari have been all over the standings in the past. I mean, they were last for a while, and now they're climbed all the way back up to 4th.
Week 5 they were 7. Week 8 now they're like week 7 they're now like mid tier.
Yeah, I mean they were expected to be good coming in, absolutely flopped, and then they've slowly improved, and I don't know, I'm excited. All right, on to the next match. Du Bois versus Kawaii Girls. Du Bois pull a win 3-1 with Magical as the MVP. I'll let Painless talk in this one since this was his match.
So, I mean, for one, Du Bois have always been a top team, as well. But I mean, yeah, we made quite a few mistakes this match.
Did something just happen like screaming out your window?
No, I
No,
just don't know.
He
I
just
mean,
doesn't
like,
know what to
Okay.
say.
Yeah.
I know my internet died there. I was like, oh no, not again.
You know, I thought that, Volskaya and then Dorado were close, but the other two seemed really one-sided.
Yeah, I mean, we are, I think our team does, kind of rely on maps at some points. We train for a map, and then we don't know how to play other maps.
Okay. Anything anyone else wants to know?
I'm like, to be honest, I don't really remember what happened. I remember, okay, I remember that it was actually not that far off. Like, we were actually pretty close, I think.
I don't know.
I mean, of course-
Full hold on Hollywood.
Guys, don't worry, it was a close game.
We don't
Hey guys,
talk
it's
about
close
Hollywood.
game.
We don't talk about Hollywood, but
And this is why Copy Dog edits the videos.
Should we move on?
I guess.
Yeah. Moving on. Alright.
Alright, now we have Reverse versus Blueprint, where Blueprint pulled off a pretty big upset. Reverse imploded, and Astra, you can talk.
Well, no one actually watched this game except for Gino because he was like the backup to Reverse. But this was a really fun game, to be honest, because Nope was just feeding his brains out. I was healing my brains out. Trigger was dying behind me because I wasn't healing him, which was fun. I mean, it was just a really fun match, and I'm kind of bummed that no one really got to see it. So
Yeah, sadly, like, all the streamers just disappeared this week.
yeah,
And
that's unfortunate.
I can't
Yeah, we all-
stream 2 games at once.
Unlucky.
Also, I
unlucky.
would just like to say, Reverse kind of decided to implode map 2 through 3. Like, they decided after the game, you know what, we're just gonna implode.
Yeah. That's what I heard too.
Ranter's
I was like,
gone, and then everybody else was like, well, fuck this.
Ranter was literally DM'd Vangus saying, "Oh yeah, hey, let me go to Squirrel Squad." Like mid.
I mean,
Mid-match.
wasn't this like the death of Reverse game?
Yeah,
Kinda, yeah.
I mean, it's not like there were many statements said at the beginning of the season that when Reverse gets upsetted, there's going to be a lot of changes. I just didn't
I mean,
think
it's
it'd be
not
the
like
full
Dempsey
entire
kind of
team
predicted
was
that
gone.
Reverse, No Weebs, or Squirrel Squad fall, in like collapse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't this like literally not the first time that Reverse was like, bye?
This
Nope.
is the second time. The first
Yeah.
time was...
First
First time was against Squirrel Squad.
once we finally talked, they realized that they just misunderstood.
Oof.
And then,
Oof.
like, they took some of the words that I said incorrectly from what I meant, so it was just a mess in that regard. And then we added more
Yikes.
rules that were already
help
going to be
of
added
Ranter.
after the match. Come on, bro.
Literally was with the help of Reverse.
Either way, it was a good win.
Oh yeah, and I'd
And-
also just like to point out that Nope 3 is the MVP because he was the only person who gave an actual answer.
Oh, because
Accurate
mean-
statement.
Tommy,
If
just
I
let us
go back
screenshot
into
of Blueprint's-
Blueprint's channel right now, everyone will say Clovix, and then there'll be one Nope 3 from your truly Nope 3.
Tommy, just put up a screenshot of Blueprint Snapchat.
I mean, he's not wrong though.
Alright, anyone else want to say anything?
It literally Nope says Klovex saved us, and then he said that he says himself.
He goes to himself.
I mean, in all fairness, he did actually like help us win, because he just kept fragging. I kept healing. Sometimes he fed, like actually, and we kind of laughed at him.
Yeah, he helped a bit.
And then we just all said in chat collectively, don't care, and I mean it worked. So, hog.
Accurate statements. Alright.
Yes.
So blatant racism and homophobia, got it.
Aye, next lad.
Alright,
Next round, next
we're
round.
moving on. Runback versus Squirrel Squad, 1-3 scoreline. MVP Lethal. Platt, you take this away.
Okay, so for context,
I were yo.
for context, we were focusing Super Monkey Ball on Oasis.
Super monkey ball.
Super Monkey Ball.
Oh my god, dude.
Okay.
And
okay.
for more context, Squirtle Squad
more
basically
context.
gave them the last map.
Yep, they were they threw Norse on DPS and Norse went spectator mode on Genji. Literally just sat there on a cliff on a
I,
But yeah, we were kind of forcing Cyberdive a lot and Reinzar, stuff like that.
Not double shield.
Double.
kinda-
Sorry.
SQ doesn't strike me as a team that would throw the last map, but I don't know. I guess I was wrong.
They it usually depends on how close the map is or the ranking of the other team. Like, if the ranking of the other team is, like, to a point where they don't really need to worry about map differential against them, they sort of just throw away the last map, or they don't necessarily throw
I
it
don't
away
even really
normally.
think. Hang on.
They don't-
I don't even really think they need nap diff at this point because
Yeah,
they kind of already won their division.
yeah.
I mean,
Unless
yeah,
they lose out here and Pachimari wins out, they probably aren't going to be contested in that number 1 spot.
Yeah, but that's a really big stretch though. Like looking at the rankings.
Like if they just win
Yeah,
one
division.
game, then they just get a free div.
So we can look at the standings here as we see Reverse Fall, or now Obama Doggos.
Such a name.
Thanks, Obama.
I agree fully.
Yeah, what's Obama's last name?
Hmm.
When you thought Barack was spelt with 2 R's, GR.
The world may never know Obama's last name.
So Patchy does move up here. Du Bois, if they lose, basically
right now-
Galactic would move up, and
Right-
I don't know
right now
about Du Bois versus Squirrel Squad rematch.
The only fight for the differential here is probably the boys in GG because Escort is already won and Control Blueprint, us, and Run Back aren't really.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
that's the thing. We kind of threw our first half of the season, and now we're like
Yeah,
trying
me,
to come back.
me too. Us too. But yeah,
Me
we're
too.
trying to come back. We
Yeah.
2-0 though.
We're making the run back. Don't worry.
Yeah, like the only teams that are
We lay in the
really
blueprint.
able to contest each other right now are Galactic Garbage and Du Bois if Du Bois get beat one more time. And
Zach
then-
still doesn't acknowledge our puns, GR.
Do they play again?
And then we have Pachamari Rangers and Obama Dagos, which, I mean, if Pachamari loses one and then Obama wins one, despite their map differential, Obama would be ahead. I never thought I'd say Obama as a team name. Moving on.
Obama.
The Obamas.
Obama.
Moving on, we've got our match prediction.
Oh, there
We've
we
got
go.
our match predictions for this week. So right out the gate, you have Du Bois versus Blueprint, with 3 of us saying Du Bois and Critical saying Blueprint. So
Why would he say that? That's so
I don't
stupid.
know. I'm
I
gonna let
wonder
him.
why somebody would say that.
I'm gonna let him talk about it and explain why he would say that.
I mean, it's a stretch, but we can pull it out. We can pull it out. Just saying.
My question is, will the Brig be in the back line?
I mean,
Because that's where
Perhaps.
that's where it originally came from. You can't deny.
yeah. I mean, you just gotta watch the game to find out, bro.
To be fair, they did beat Reverse with nobody predicting that.
I will
Yeah.
say,
But
Blueprint.
no one knew that they were gonna blow up after the game. So.
Yeah, I mean,
Nobody at Reverse knew that Reverse was going to blow up after the Reverse game.
Blueprint has still looked a lot better recently, and I definitely think they can at least get a map. I don't think they take the win, but I do think they can get a map.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, especially if the boys go up 3-0, because then they just get a little bit more lax, it seems.
Yeah.
But they never give a free map anymore. I mean, they did it once, like, we're very early in the season, but
Who was it against?
Yeah.
I want to say...
Oh, it was No Weebs.
No
It was No
Weebs.
Weebs. It was Galactic Garbage when they turned down their bit rate.
Accurate statements. Moving on, we have the Galactic Garbage match versus... I should know this, but I don't.
Who predicted 1-3?
Galactic Garbage versus Run Back.
Yes.
I wonder why somebody would predict 1-3 over 0-4.
Yeah, you know, I'm sick. Cut me some slack. Platt, defend yourself while I mute myself.
Oh my
Oh God. I hope you get better, Zach. And well, you know, I have a feeling Bakandri's gonna try to run the back line. Just like or run straight into the back line of 2CP. And I have a feeling we can punish that.
Is enough to get one map out of it though?
Yes, 2CP.
2CP. 2CP kind of sleeper though.
Yeah, not gonna lie.
I only know of 16 CP.
True.
Please.
But for the most part, we expect this to be a roll across the board.
Yeah. Sorry, Platt.
Sad face.
I don't think there's much difference when we move down to Squirtle Squad versus Kawaii, but Painless.
The only
thinks
real
it'll go to
outliers are
map
me and
5.
Painless.
I mean, okay, I will say, honestly, I do think we have gotten a lot better, and if we can like really push, I would say that we can normally. I think we can win. The only reason I predicted us to lose is because we kind of suck at Busan.
Okay.
I honestly do think we have been looking a lot better, especially since our first game against SQ, where we had our DPS player on main tank, and like, yeah,
Honestly, my only problem with that is the fact that like you guys have 2 DPS players, and then otherwise it's all tanks and supports. Like, yeah, Epps definitely did play DPS and he can play it strongly. I just don't feel like it's gonna be strong enough to help you guys get all the way to a map. Like, I'm sorry for having no faith in you, but like,
yeah, I definitely see where that does come from. However, I mean, I do think we have been definitely looking a lot better, and I also do think, okay, personally as a team, I think like right now we're still make a lot of mistakes, but I definitely think we have potential to be one of the best, because like our team environment is really pretty good, and we have probably the best coaching staff on our main team. I mean, of course, I don't know for sure because I don't know all about the coaching staffs of the other team, but we have like 6 coaches, I think. I mean, like, to be fair, like some of them aren't really super active, but we do have a lot of coaches, and our coaching staff is really quite good.
Yeah, you guys have a lot of good coaches. The reason I'm giving Kawaii a map here is because you guys do tend to run a bunch of different comps than what people are used to. If you want to talk any on that.
I mean, I remember rewatching one of our games from all I forget which one, but like I remember a bunch of the casters were getting upset at us running Hanzo McCree.
no, that was
But
a Pugs comp. Come on.
we definitely like to play around each player's strengths on certain heroes, and we do tend to run comps that aren't just double shield on every single map. So I mean, yeah, I mean everything is map dependent. So
All right. So moving on to our last match, we have the Pachamari Rangers versus the Obama Doggos. New team versus the team that's been climbing for quite a while.
Yeah. Personally, I have faith in Pachamari because like they've been gelled for a while, and then Obama Dago is literally just formed. They have 2 different options for tank lines, and one could be stronger than the other. It all depends on the time, whether or not they have the time to gel that together and figure out which one's better.
Yeah, I get you here. Like, I only picked them over Pachamari because I feel like, well, I'm looking at their roster, and I feel like they are able to pull off a very close upset. That's
Don't
that's
get me
what I'm
wrong.
thinking here.
I really think like Jolt, Kaz, Naroon, like Cheddar, Bakanje, like they're all strong players. It's just my only question is, are they able to gel together?
Yeah. Well, I based on because Jolt and Gil were on Blueprint originally, and they requested to be released, which I respect.
Yeah, Naroon did the same thing for me. So
I mean,
Bakanje
Joe-
also did the same thing with whatever team he was on, I forget.
Greg Cubs.
Yeah, Galactic Garbage.
I feel like I'm putting it too much on the player's own skill rather than.
Oh,
the
wait,
team's
shoot!
skill.
No, my entire argument for my team getting a map was Bakanje feeding in the back line. Shoot!
There we go. There we go. There we go.
Let me help you here one second.
GG, run back.
Oh no!
Oh,
no,
oh.
Zachy!
Oh.
Let me just help you there for a second.
Copy, edit out the entire part about me.
Yo, cut the VOD. Cut it.
Cut the VOD, cut the VOD.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this is either gonna be a steamroll on the side of Pachamari winning, or it's gonna be extremely close due to just skill plays rather than actual coordination.
Well, only one way to find out, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
I mean, if Obama has been grinding like in the back with like a bunch of scrims and stuff, getting that team form really quickly, then yeah, they probably have a really good chance, even against a team that's been like together for like the whole thing, even with
the beginning of that statement made me think of Obama in like a Rocky training montage.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama. Thanks for that image, Obama. Smile.
So moving on to the power rankings, I'll start off and die as I do it. So I'm the only person who still has the boys as number one. Sure, they dropped a match to Galactic Garbage, which was very good on them. But I just feel like every team has their good days and their off days, and that was coming off of a bye week as well. So I just feel like maybe they weren't preparing while Galactic Garbage was, but it's still a great feat for Galactic Garbage to take down the undefeated team at the time. So that's why I still have them at number 2. Squirtle, I like the top 3 in my opinion could all defeat each other just depending on who's having a good day at that
Top
point.
3 is like basically rock, paper, scissors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, right now I have Squirtle down there because they weren't, like, the undefeated team, and Galactic Garbage was able to defeat the boys, even though they've fallen to Squirtle before. You know, it's just sort of a mess right now. But moving down to Pachamari, I just feel like this team has been solid for a long time, and they've just been slowly climbing up the rankings throughout like the entirety of this season. Yeah. Moving down to Blueprint, who just upset Reverse and completely knocked him out of the league with that win.
Easy.
I mean, it was just...
Don't worry. Next opponent Blueprint faces is gonna get rebranded and knocked out of the league again.
every
Did I have to
time,
extend the signing window again, Zach?
every time Blueprint wins, the other team dies.
Blueprint, but every time they win, a team dies.
So, yeah, I mean, taking out Reverse, who is considered to be the number 4 team at the time, that's a big move, especially since Reverse was still considered to be right below the top 3, but still like above the other 4. And I feel like right now it's between like Blueprint and Pachamari right now in that sort of area. And then down below we have Kawaii, then Doggos, then Runback. These are the teams that right now I don't think that they can really defeat any of the teams above them. Obama, I'm just going off of synergy at this point because I mean they've been together for less than a week now. All right.
Can I just say, Zach thinks you're gonna go winless for the rest of the season. Sad face.
Damn.
I never said that.
You said that we can't beat any other teams above us, and you put us in 8.
I was
Hey,
talking with
hey.
you 3 as a tier.
Hey, listen, Platt. You could have been winless the whole season, but week 1.
True.
Pride.
I won
Alabama.
against you in Pride.
Yeah.
So
It's
I
funny
mean,
too because, like, Pride from week 1.
Okay,
I'm literally
let me tell you the chronological order. Okay, so we beat Pride. Pride dies after week 5. They beat us. We had to rebrand before the match. Okay, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, like, literally the only surviving member of Pride, well, when it was Pride, from week 1, is me. Like, I'm not, like, everyone else came at, like,
Yeah,
The
Runback
earliest,
has
probably, like,
Runback is
week
4
2.
and it's dying out fast. So
yeah.
yeah. I mean, just to say, Runback / Bahama Mamas, first win of the season, last one of their careers.
Nice.
Nice.
No, 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 no.
You
no.
go ahead now,
won-
Plat.
you
Your
won that match?
rankings.
Okay. Okay, so Galactic Garbage in number 1. I might have moved them down after they lost Bakanje, but I didn't consider that they lost Bakanje because I thought Bakanje was still on Galactic Garbage. Because I'm a pigga. I mean, I still don't think they're that weak still because they're really strong with. My entire tier list is based off Bakanje.
Well, if
okay.
that's the case.
Your entire life is based off Bakanje.
Zach is just moving around my stuff now, isn't he?
I mean, you said it was based off Bakanje, so.
Yikes, dude.
Alright, I'm done.
All right. Anyways, moving on. Moving on. The only reason I put I should make this clear. I should clarify this. The only reason I put OD at the bottom is because we haven't seen them as a team. Like, I do not want to try to put teams in there. Like, I know their players are like really good. Jolt, Kaz, Naroon, Penguin, Bakante, Lukey, Cheddar, people like that. They're all really good at the game. Except we don't know how they're going to gel together. So I'm not going to like try to rank them in mid tier or like high tier without knowing how they're playing. Okay, anyways, moving on. Du Bois at number 2 because they have not dropped that far. Squirtle Squad at number 3 because I've personally experienced their wreckage now. Blueprint and Pachimari can honestly switch on my list because as soon as Reverse died, that mid tier opened up wide for any team to come jump in and try to snag it. Blueprint is literally rebuilt from the bottom up, and Pachimari has been slowly climbing the rankings. So really, their match is probably going to determine who's mid tier and who's going to end up being in the bottom 4. And then, anyways, moving on, Runback at number 6 because personally, we've rebuilt a lot. Like, there's only 4 people originally from the Bahama Mamas draft, and then we've also had like a full management switch since the beginning. And like we've gotten a lot of strong pieces from Horizon League. We've got a better tank line now. Dempsey's gonna come straight off suspension week 8, and I feel like we can easily start contending for at least higher of the bottom.
Waiver,
And-
not a suspension.
Waiver. Ashra, I swear. And then Quiet
Okay.
Girls really at the bottom of my list. Sorry, Painless.
Uh,
Because I feel like their DPS might be really inconsistent with like the having to switch roles. Honestly, because you're gonna have to force Ebbs onto DPS if either Akbalo or Null doesn't show up to a game.
that is true, but I still do think that our DPS have a pretty good synergy, and I mean, someone not showing up is kind of just, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that
Yeah.
honestly, for any team, if they're just missing a player, they'll definitely gonna play worse. I mean, we do have players that can flex onto other roles if needed, so I don't think it's that big of a deal for us right now.
Also, Mr.
But-
New DPS for Quiet Girls. I'm sorry if I really butchered your name there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean ACB.
yeah.
Yeah, everyone calls him different things. I mean, some people call him by his actual name. Some people call him Akba. I call him ACB. I mean,
Akba.
Okay, at least I know I'm not doing something completely wrong and butchering his name.
Eh,
Alright,
what are you gonna do?
what we're gonna do is move on to Mr. Astro's power
Ooh.
rankings.
Yeah, it might look weird, but so run back in Kwai. I was like debating whether or not who should be last, and at first I thought like Kwai could be last because I think they just lost. They lost a couple players, right? They lost Pichu and
Lost
Who's it?
Pichu and Kef.
yeah, and Kev's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
I think, yeah. But like I feel like run back, like I believe that they do have the synergy if Plat told me, but I feel like overall Kwai is more mechanically skilled with the players they have, I think. As with And with them having Eps, I played with Eps before with them on Pride. I forgot if it was Blueprint or Pride. No, wait, no, yeah, it was definitely Pride, but Clovic Pride. When
Clovis
Epps-
Pride. Oh dear.
Yeah. Well, when Epps was there, he was he was pretty much the leader there. He was shot calling stuff, and we ended up trading him because I forgot why. We traded him for Jolt.
Because you guys needed flex DPS potential, I think.
Yeah, and then Epps wanted to play flex support. I think we decided to trade him. So, yeah, and I
DPS
think
has never really been your strong suit, has it?
yeah, and I feel like Epps is a really good team leader from what we've played with him. Yeah, Rangers, I feel like they're just kind of that mid-tier team. I feel if they have potential to go up. There I am, Blueprint and Obama in front of me, which I feel like I am based off of too much on players. So if I had it based off of an actual team, Blueprint would probably be fourth, and Obama would be somewhere below. Because with their roster, they have again they have Jolt and Gil, which we played with on the last game on Reverse, and I think they're really good players.
Yeah, Jolt's kind of nutty, not gonna lie.
Yeah, he's really nutty. And I know Kaz. When Kaz was on Run Back,
Jeez, don't make me think about this.
I'll move on. So yeah, if I had to, I'd probably like team wise, we would probably be in front of them. But wait, no. As a team, we'd probably be in front of them. But like player wise, I feel like it's more close of a fight. So I feel like those slots can be interchangeable. And then my top three are like the regular Squirtle Squad. The worst out of the three, but still really good. I put a GG in front of the boys because I feel like I say this well. The boys is kind of like that one team that like I feel like they do really good, and then they just do as good, but they still do really good. If you know what I'm saying, like in sports, I can't think of example in my head, but I think they're still a really good team, really great team, but they're not as great as they was before, and I feel like GG just took that opportunity to rise up like a gamer, and
They
take
were
that number one
gamers when
spot.
they rose up.
I mean, arguably the boys probably still the same as they were as week one, and GG just got stronger. Was it the name change? I don't know. But yeah.
Maybe the name change was purely deception.
I mean,
now everybody underestimates them because they're called garbage.
true, but it's still
Tannic is
pretty
totally plat, guys. Don't worry.
I mean, garbage. I mean, garbage in space is better than garbage on Earth. So
That's
are you
debatable.
saying? Are
Until
you
it comes
saying there's
falling
other
down and
entities in
kills-
space that destroy us? On Overwatch?
I mean, there could be some players out there. That's not sure, but I mean,
Accurate statements.
I don't know. So yeah,
That explains why Sinatra got Overwatch League MVP. He literally became from outer space. It all makes sense.
so yeah, that's my tier list.
Alright.
Obama and Blueprint are interchangeable. I feel, based on what you decide as a team and what you decide as players.
Alright. Let's move on to Painless.
Yep. So we definitely like all agree like on the top three. I do think they're interchangeable. The only reason I put SQ on top is because I heard like Z Power or someone else bragging about how SQ was definitely the best team in CSC, and it just kind of stuck in my head. I don't. So I was like, any of the top three teams can
Yes.
win against each other. Like like you said, rock paper
Squirrel Squad
scissors.
is top team in CSC. I brag about it. It's true.
It's true. That's why
Yeah.
he's number one. He's
Novice MVP, by the way, Z Power.
Big Zero Novice Season 1 MVP Z Power. Sorry you're playing for bot burgers.
So, I mean, and then I did put our team in fourth. The reason I put us here is because I definitely do think that we are better than Pachimari. Is the main thing I'm thinking, because like I said, the reason we lost our last game is just because we never scrimmed Busan, and both of our games against Patchy were down to map 5.
Then you gotta remember that Pachimari literally just got Neo, Surmi, and Waifu from Reverse Collapse.
And that is true. Well, like I said, I do think like with our coaching staff, we have potential to be one of the better teams, even if we aren't right now. I think Red Coast is just gonna carry us, and we're just gonna end up pulling a plat chat once playoffs comes. I mean, like the bottom few teams, I put Obama at the bottom just because haven't seen them play. They don't have a lot of players, not a lot of synergy. Just like they could be. I mean, I don't know. They could end up being really good, but I don't know yet. I haven't seen them play. And then, I don't know, Runback and Blueprint, it honestly goes either way. I mean, probably Blueprint is actually going to end up passing Runback, since they have been getting a lot better recently. But just when I was thinking about this, I was thinking that Runback was still ahead.
No, I try to be non-biased as possible in my power rankings. And this is what I get: 7th, easy. Nah,
So,
it's alright. I understand.
I mean, of course, a lot of these teams like can definitely change. I think come playoffs, I think our team, like Kawaii Girls, has potential to just roll playoffs. Like pretty much all of our losses, at least recently, were due to like mistakes we made, and just like I don't know. I definitely think that we have potential to be a lot better of a team. And then sort of just the bottom are just kind of interchangeable. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I do think we are
Gotcha.
closely matched with Patchy. Is probably like right now a team that we are really closely matched with.
Okay. So, I have nothing else because I didn't do predictions last week because
Don't forget to do it this week, I swear.
I already have it done. I didn't
thank God.
expect us to go to the grand finals of a CSL tournament. And then lose 2-0 in the grand finals for
Damn,
600
unlucky.
bucks.
You would take a
Pepe
chance
hands.
and just forfeit as soon as you got there.
Wowie.
Yeah. So there aren't any match predictions or stuff like that because I'm a Pepega. Yeah.
Bruh.
Anything you guys want to plug before we go?
Blueprint 2-0. Blueprint 2-0.
Didn't you guys rebrand to Blueprint? Like, no, wait, no, you didn't. My bad.
Yeah, we did it like. Yeah, if you're going off, like we went.
You did it like
Us.
the break in week 5, I think.
Yeah. Like weeks 1 through 5, we literally had a different team each week. I think.
Accurate statements.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to be it for us today. Thank you guys for watching, and bye.
Adios.
See ya.